Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I want to talk about something that I recently went through. As you already read by the title, yes, I went through a chemical pregnancy and I want to share my story with you and my experience with that situation. First, a little backstory. Me and my partner are not trying to get pregnant, but we are also not trying. I am not on birth control. I do get a lot of anxiety and I feel like birth control is really gonna play with my hormones, and that's the reason why I don't want to get birth control. My last period was on, I do have notes down here, so this is why I'm looking down. My last period was December 31st to January 4th. And I think I ovulated around the 15th, 16th, around that time. My first symptom that I had was a lot of headaches. By my calculations, my headaches started around 3 DPO, and I would just get so many headaches, guys, every morning. And it lasted about a week. It was very weird because I usually never get headaches. Like, I do get a headache every once in a while, but not like this, like not every day. At first, I thought it was that I needed a new prescription for glasses because I do get headaches when I do need a new prescription. But this time around, I was like, no, because I just got glasses not too long ago. By ADPO, I just wasn't able to sleep right. I would sleep around 12 and I would just wake up every day around 4 a.m. in the morning, just sweating. I was just having a very hard time sleeping. So I was just having real bad insomnia. So by 12 DPO, we were having dinner and I made some homemade Taco Bell tacos. The sour cream made me sick to my stomach, and I stand up and I went to the restroom and I threw up. By that time, I was like, okay, something is definitely wrong. I think I'm pregnant. And that's the first thing that came to my mind. The whole symptoms just kind of clicked into my head. And I was like, okay, I'm having headaches, having trouble to sleep at night. I'm just like super hot. Like my body temperature was just like bad. And then I just threw up. I'm having nausea. So I was smiling. Like, it was just so weird because everything clicked, like I said, and I was like, okay, I'm pregnant, and I think I'm just pregnant, like for sure. Like, what else could it be? By this time around, like every day after that, I just had in my mind, okay, I'm pregnant. I'm definitely pregnant. If I take a pregnancy test, for sure it's gonna be positive because I'm pregnant. Like, I just feel pregnant. At 15 DPO, which was one day before my period was due, I spotted very light pink and a little bit of brown. I was very confused because at first, the first thing that came to my mind was, okay, implantation bleeding. Because that happened with my first pregnancy. I had implantation bleeding, but that was 1 week before my period was due. So I was like, it couldn't be implantation bleeding because I'm already like, tomorrow was supposed to be my first period, right? It can't be implantation bleeding unless I ovulated late. That was like my first thought. But I was like, no, that's just so weird. Like, I I think I'm just gonna start my period. So I put a pad on that night. I went to sleep. I woke up and I had nothing. Like, I thought I was gonna legit start my period, but it was nothing. Like, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a pregnancy test. I did have mild cramping, but it was just very mild. So I decided to go to the grocery store. I got a pregnancy test. It was just like those cheapy ones, like the 88 cents from Walmart. And I took it and it came out positive, but it was very faint. Like, I could definitely see 2 lines, but it was just very faint. And I was very confused because I was like, okay, this has never happened to me before. If I take a pregnancy test right now, it should be blazing bright because I'm 16 DPO already. Like, there's no way. I was like, maybe this test is just bad, you know? So I went to the grocery store, got another one, the same one, me being cheap. I got the same one and it also came out positive, but it came out very faint. When I took the first test, that I knew it was gonna come out positive, but I just didn't think it was gonna come out super faint. I went to the grocery store. This time I got the clear blue one, the one that come with a digital one, and then the other one is just like the cross type of test. So I decided to take the cross type of test first. I took it and it came out positive. with a faint line as well. But you could definitely see the line darker on this test than on the other ones. I'm gonna insert like a picture around here. So I was like, oh my God, like I'm pregnant, like I'm pregnant. Then I took the digital one and it said not pregnant. I was like, what? Like, this is just so weird, right? But then looking at the other test that had like the faint line, I was like, no, something's going on. Like, I for sure feel pregnant, but the tests are not like, you know, right in some way. But in my heart at this time, I already felt that something was off. I was feeling so sad, so unmotivated. I was just so like, I don't know, guys. Like I said, we were not trying to get pregnant, but I already had the symptoms going, and I was like, I'm pregnant for sure. Like, you know, I'm gonna be happy about it. That day, I was like, I think I should just make like a doctor's appointment. I did. I called and I made a doctor's appointment just to kind of confirm, because I was really confused, and I told them I'm having pregnancy symptoms, but I already took 3 tests. They came out positive, but they're super faint. And I took a digital one and it says not pregnant. So I'm really confused because I do feel pregnant, but then I know, like, I feel like something's going on. So they were like, okay, we're gonna make an appointment for next week. I was like, okay, fine. The pregnancy test that I took happened at 16 DPO. And then by 17 DPO, which was February 1st, I had mild cramping, nausea, and brown discharge. At 18 DPO, which was February 1st, I took another pregnancy test in the morning with my first urine. And it was positive, but it was way lighter than the other tests that I'd taken. And I knew by this time that I took the pregnancy test, for sure something was up, because if a good pregnancy is progressing well, the line should be getting darker and darker, not lighter and lighter. Something wasn't right. Later that day, I went to work. I had a lot of cramping in my back. Like, it bothered me a lot, especially at work. And then I went to the restroom and I got my period. I was so sad, guys. Like, I was at work. I was just like so sad, so quiet. I remember my period did start later than it was supposed to, a few days later. So after that, February 2nd went by. And then that was in the afternoon. I got my period in the afternoon. My period only lasted February 2nd and February 3rd. 2 days. And usually lasts from 5 to 6 days. After the second day of my period, I had like brown discharge for 3 days. I've never gotten my period for just 2 days. And just a little bit of discharge after that. February the 5th, I decided to take another pregnancy test. And it came out negative. Like, you couldn't see a faint light anywhere. It was just negative. And the reason why I think I just felt super sad was because I was getting the symptoms. Like, I was feeling so pregnant. With my first one, I didn't think I was pregnant until I got implantation bleeding. And then with my second one, I didn't feel pregnant at all. Like, I just took a test because I was like a day late or something like that. And with this one, I was feeling so pregnant. So that's like the only thing that really like crushes me in some way. But that day, February 5th, that I took that negative test, my symptoms have already gone away. Like, I didn't have any symptom at all. So I knew it was going to be negative because I just knew it. So this is my experience with a chemical pregnancy. Let me know in the comments down below what videos you would like for me to do. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.